Hi everybody, this is Cory Harrington with Creative Real Estate Made Easy. What I'm going to do is, this is one of our houses on 4007 Meeks. It's February 29th, I think 28th, 29th right now. It's Sunday, and I'm going to go through this as part of one of our case studies. This house we bought several months ago, did a complete renovation of the house, gutted it out and redid everything. So I'm going to walk through and show you. This is about 100, almost 100% done. There's a few little things that we would have addressed, but we already got a buy offer on the property, and the inspector came through, and then the buyer's agent made a request of certain things that the buyer wanted done. So I'm going to point out those things. This will be a good example of what to make sure you have handled before you actually sell your property or get it ready for sale. Now, I buy a lot of properties and we fix a lot of properties, somewhere on the order of 5 or 6, I think about 6 right now on average each month, so it gets very difficult to manage the final stages of rehab, and it's very, very critical. So even though I have a ton of experience, I'm still getting to those points where some of these things go unaddressed. So I want to make sure and share with you what I've experienced so that you can avoid those things. Now, the good thing is we got an offer price that's very close to our asking price. We have an offer price for $118,000. The asking price was $119,997, and then they asked for some seller concessions and a few little things which I'll talk about at another time. But basically, I got pretty much the offer price we were looking for. But let me just walk you through now. Before you come in the door, I'm going to show you stuff like this. If you can just pan back and look, this used to be where the probably said 4007 Meeks, or the previous owner's name. That is clean underneath. That's dirty on top. We're supposed to have this whole thing power sprayed. Little tiny things like that will make a big difference. Now you see the wood on the sides, and you see how some of these are a little loose. Really minor, seemingly almost insignificant things can make a difference in the impression when someone comes in to take a look at the house. So we spent a lot of money. We had spent a good amount of time. We had a lot of people, about 10 people on average, working here to finish this out super quick, but we didn't do those final little things that really make the house pop. So stuff like that. That was supposed to be done. Now, keep in mind, I did make the request to have it done. We have a punch-out sheet of requests, and one of those was to have this done. Another one was to have this door, kind of have a nicer door handle. The ones that connect where you can grab it and push. That didn't happen. This out here used to have burglar bars, and it looked kind of rough, so we did have this put on, so that's great. But a light fixture like this is kind of cheap. I think if you have a nicer light fixture, especially when you first walk in the door, it's going to make a big impression. If you come to the side here, you're going to see the gap space right there. It's just lack of attention to detail. And you come up here, you'll see some kind of dirt and stuff up there. It just doesn't make a great impression. Although the house shows very well, we're looking good. Now let's come inside. This is the front living room. This used to be all pink. And the floor, I think, was green and something like that. I'll show you photos of the previous. Like a haircut, usually when you get your hair cut and you get outside the barber shop, you don't even remember what your hair looked like before you got in. It's kind of like that. But this place had a lot of work to be done, so we did all that stuff. But okay, look at the tile. The tile's good. We had foundation done. There were 15 piers and a correction. That foundation was done by the previous owner about a year ago. 15 piers were put in. Now, with the piers, everything's level, but there is a little bit of a high side. Not enough to fail inspection, it's perfectly fine, but enough to, maybe question things. And when you're getting ready to sell a house, that's not the greatest impression you want to make. You don't want to have an inspector look at the property and say, hey, we need to have an engineer come out here. It costs you time and money and maybe kill the deal. One last example before I get done here. You're going to take a look right here. Just kind of scan along there. That is, when you lay down the tile, it will be slightly uneven because it's not perfectly level in terms of the actual cement being laid down to adhere to tile and the grout. So although the foundation is level, it gives the appearance that maybe the house isn't level, when in fact it's just a tile. Most inspectors will know that stuff, but again, it will draw the attention and make them scrutinize the deal. So hopefully this was helpful for you. Again, you know, good and bad parts of this, but basically it's Cory Harrington, Creative Real Estate Made Easy, and follow up for the next installment coming soon. Thanks.